So guys, in this lecture I am going to discuss writing task 2. In this particular lecture I am going to give you overview of the interface. Uh, how I am going to teach you writing task 2? First I am going to give you overview, then I'll discuss time management, then some do's and don'ts, then comes your structure lecture will be in detail, and then I'll discuss the paragraph structure. After that, I have answered one question myself, okay, so that you get an idea how my teaching can be applied in real. Okay, after that, the very important thing, I am going to explain why a particular answer like this answer is of level 7 and why this answer is of level 12. And it's not like I have evaluated these answers as level 7 and 12. These samples are from official website, CELPIP website. Okay guys, so after watching all the lectures, you will be in a position to write a 9 plus answer. 9 plus answer depends on two things: number of mistakes plus content. And if you don't need even an advanced sentence structure. Okay, sometimes students say like, do I need to write complex structures or advanced type of complex sentences? No, there is nothing like advanced. Even if you are answering a question in a basic way but you are fulfilling all the criteria, you can answer 7. I have seen students making mistakes. I provide live classes also, and my many students I have seen like they have scored 10, 9, even 11. Okay, and maybe like someone who has practiced on my portal may have scored well, but overall, like in my live classes, students have scored up to level 11. And many students used to make mistakes. So if they were making mistakes in my classes, how come they can score 11? The thing is like, level 9 plus answer doesn't need to be 100% accurate. You can make some mistakes. Okay, but the thing is, content or task achievement, that criteria needs to be fulfilled. So I'll explain everything in detail. Okay, you don't need to bother about your this writing task too. And first let me show you the structure of the interface. You will have prompt on the left and options on the right. You select one option, you will have this space here, you have to type your answer, and you will get the word count here. Okay, the moment this question is on the screen, your timer will start. Okay, 26 minutes you will get. 26 minutes are more than enough. Okay, that's all. This is how you are going to get question in the exam. Okay, I am not going to discuss this particular prompt here. Why? Because I have answered the question, this particular question. Okay, so you will get to see a level 7 my answer and level 12 answer, and you can decide whether my answer is just like the main level 12 answer or not. Okay, and while teaching I kept all students in mind. Okay, students, many students they stuck at one particular point like level 8, so I have kept mainly those guys, like how those guys can cross that threshold level, can jump from 8 to 9. Okay, I am not aiming for level 12, I am not aiming for level 11. Once you have crossed the level 8, it can be 9, it can be 10, it can be 11, it depends on many things. Okay, so I hope you have got the idea about the lectures related to task 2 and about the interface. Now let's discuss time management, that I'll discuss in this lecture itself. Overall you are getting 26 minutes, right? So what you do, you brainstorm on a particular topic on the prompt for 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, don't worry about time at all, keep that in mind. Why? Because if you have done brainstorming, if you have thought about the topic, it will become very easy for you to write second and third paragraph. It will be very easy, very easy. But if you have not brainstormed, Okay, if you have not thought about your option or the reasons or the ideas, how to justify your idea or reason, then you will struggle while writing paragraph 2 and paragraph 3, and because of that you may waste time. It may affect your sentence structure. It may affect the overall quality. So just think about it. You will get paper also there, so you can write some points on the paper. You can write in that box itself. Okay, let's say option A. So option, let's say A. So here the question, like, we should keep the restaurant. So what is the restaurant? So those who are those who are not bringing their lunch from home, they can they can have food in the restaurant, otherwise they need to move out. So like bachelors who are not cooking at home, okay, cooking not at home, so it is benefit for them. What else? uh, then like it can act as a a relaxation point also. Okay, people can come to the restaurant and they can relax. Okay, let's say that this is my point. Then like option B, childcare facility. So let's say those who have small kids, they many parents like need to leave their kids in crash or childcare facility. So they don't need to bother. So no need to leave their kids or pick up. Okay, no need to leave their kids in these child care facilities. Child care or your crash, okay, daycare, whatever like point, child care, daycare. Then what else I can say? Okay, a child care facility in the office, the parents will be more satisfied with it. Okay, they will be satisfied with the about the like safety of their kid. If they are leaving their kid in some other XYZ, let's say childcare facility, they will be monitoring their child. They may check, webcam or the live streaming, what is their kid doing, whether he's okay or not. So it will be like, you won't be having any stress. So these are my points. Now think about the vocabulary. Okay, write all the words. Okay, think about your connectors firstly, secondly. So you can even brainstorm here, and you can write your points on the paper also. Okay guys, so in those 5 minutes do this brainstorming. Once things are clear, it becomes very easy for us to write your what it becomes very easy for us to write your second and third paragraph. I am not discussing first and fourth. Why? Because that is going to be very easy the way I have like drafted it. Once you are done brainstorming, then you have to write paragraph number 1 in 2 or 3 minutes. I will say like 2 minutes are more than enough. Okay, that's all. 2 minutes. Why 2 minutes? You will get to know after this one in the structure class. Second paragraph, go for 7 or 8 minutes. Third paragraph, go for 7 or 8 minutes. Fourth paragraph, maximum like 3 minutes. So if I go with this number, let's say like 4 here. Okay, or let's say 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 8, 15 plus 8, 23. And fourth paragraph, let's say in like 3 minutes, 26 minutes. Now we are short of time, because overall time duration is 26 minutes. I need some time to even proofread my answer. So what I usually suggest my students to save some time, how? Try to write it in 7 or 8 minutes. It is possible. Okay, why it is possible, that I'll explain, okay, bit later. Now let's say if you are brainstorming in 4 minutes, you are like writing this in 2 minutes 6 plus 7 13 plus 7 20 plus 2 22, and let's say 2 minutes for your proofreading, or 3 minutes 23. Okay, let's say if I keep this one as 23 minutes. So I have now 3 minutes extra time. Those 3 minutes, it's not like sometimes students may take more, they may they may not be able to write the third paragraph in 7 minutes. They may need more time. So that those extra 3 minutes can help you in third paragraph or in second paragraph. Okay. So try to be in this range. Okay. Don't worry about the brainstorming. Okay. If I spend 4 minutes in the brainstorming, then I may not be able to complete. That's not going to happen. If you are watching my lectures today and you start right from this class onwards, 4 minutes brainstorming, and then you answer, you won't be facing problem. But if you are not trying it today and on the last day you try to brainstorm and answer the question, then in that case you won't be able to complete your answer in 26 minutes. Keep that in mind. So either follow my approach from this lecture onwards or don't follow at all. Okay. And if you join my course, if you are watching this lecture, then it's better like to follow my approach. My approach has worked for all students. Only students who were not good in tenses or sentence structures, they did not score 9. Anyone who was good and followed my approach has scored 9 plus. Okay. Now coming on to do's and don'ts. You have to write how many words, like you have to write they say like 150 to 200 words. Okay, they say like that. So the thing is, write about 150 to 200 words. So my suggestion is that you don't go for 200 words or less than 150. Why? Because they say like about, but it's better to be safe, go for 180 to 190 words. Okay guys, keep that in mind. Okay, 180 to 200 words, that's all. Not less than 150, not more than 200. That can be risky, because I have in their trainings itself, I'll be honest here, in one of their trainings I attended, like they said like it's okay when they say like about means it can be 145, it can be like 205. And in another training they said like if you write more than 200, then there will be penalty. So it's better to be in the limit 150 to 200. Why I'm specifically saying 180? Because in 180 I feel like we can justify our points. Okay, then make sure that your answer is coherent. If you are choosing option A, okay, then don't write in favor of option B. Many students say like I am going with option A, and then in third paragraph they support option B by mistake. So don't make this mistake even by mistake. Why? Your answer will be not coherent and you won't forget about 9. It will be like 7 or 6. Okay. Then guys, make sure that you are having two complex sentences. Okay. While, whereas, if, since, because, by, at least two. Maybe you can aim for while, whereas. Okay, one complex sentence with while or whereas. I won't discuss this part in detail. I'll just give you an idea. So how you can write sentences. So let me just show you. So one type of complex sentence is like with conjunction, subordinate conjunction. So for example, if I'll write something here, while dash then comma dash. So this can be my one sentence. Then I can write in this way also, if dash comma dash. So if conditional, this is going to be your future simple and the first one is going to be your present simple. Okay, future simple and present simple, go for your second conditional. Okay, so that's all guys. So you will have two complex sentences. Then there is another thing. If you are able to use since, because, and other connectors, it's good, it's fine. Otherwise, at least have two complex sentences with subordinate conjunction, like you have while, you have if. Okay, then make sure like there is at least one complex sentence, one with which. For example, if I say uh, the this is the common example I give while teaching this complex sentences the book, which is on the table is is mine. Okay, so now this is your complex sentence with a relative clause, or yes, relative clause. So say something, then put which. Now if you are writing which, then you have to put comma which and then say something. Okay, instead of which you can use who also, you can use that also, you can use other relative pronouns or adverb. Okay, I tell students to go for either which or that. If you are going for which, then you put comma before which. Okay, if you are going for that, then there is no need. So two sentences, subordinate conjunction, one with your relative clause, and then two compound sentences. Now this is very easy. So say something, then put comma, then write and then write your second sentence. Say something, put comma, but or so, then like write the second sentence. Okay, then at least two compound complex sentences. So maybe like you are starting let's say like where while or although. Okay, or although you are saying something, then comma you are saying something, and after that you are writing, let's say, and or but, and then you are saying something. So this will be your what compound complex sentence. You don't need to use only while or although, it can be anything. It can be your since also. Okay, it can be in this way, or it can be in this way, like you are writing either like, let's say, and or but here or so here, and here you are writing, let's say, because. So it can be in any way. So just try to use one coordinating conjunction and one subordinate conjunction. Okay guys, so two complex sentences with subordinate conjunction, one with your relative clause, two sentences with your coordinating conjunction, and one compound complex sentence where you are using both. So how many types of sentences? No, these also you need to. How many types of sentences will be there? 2 plus 2 4 plus 1 5 plus 2 7, and then let's say you are having two simple sentences also, 7 plus 2 9. And if you write like 20 words in a sentence on an average, you are getting 180. Let's say not 20, even 15, 16, 17, still like it will be 150 plus. If you want to learn in detail, you can watch my lecture, where I have discussed these complex sentences in detail. Okay, so make sure that you have these types of sentences so that examiner feels like there is variety in your answer, in your sentence structure. Okay, and then you need to write topic specific vocabulary. Okay, so that I have not mentioned here, so I'll mention that also. Make sure that you have topic specific vocabulary. It should be incorrect. Okay, sorry, it should be correct and appropriate. I'll specially write this one. Do not use any word just for the sake of advanced vocabulary. So I'll give you one basic example. Once it's not related to CELPIP, it's related to IELTS letters. Oh, once a student did like this. He was telling like, I'm not getting 7 bands in IELTS writing. This is some kind of scam. They fail us deliberately so that we have to appear again, and it's kind of business for them. Well, I don't agree. Usually, why? Because I provide this essay correction service also, and I have seen students using inappropriate, incorrect vocabulary, irrelevant vocabulary. Okay. Now I said incorrect, inappropriate, irrelevant. all words are okay, but up to some extent. I can't use all these words for all the context are like in all the different scenarios. So I told that student to share one letter, and what he did, he had answered the prompt in this way: I am writing this epistle. Now he was not getting marks, so he thought like, okay, let's use advanced vocabulary, and instead of saying I am writing this letter, I am writing this epistle. Now why it happened? So see, usually what students do, they say like letter synonyms, okay, and see, in letter synonym you have epistle. So he might have thought, okay, dispatch is totally different word, report, bulletin, correspondence, so these are not fitting. This looks a little bit different, okay. So what that guy did, he used this word. Now when he did not check what is the meaning of this epistle. This epistle is like, it is a letter but in poetry format. So when you are writing a IELTS letter, are you writing in poetry format? You are writing the letter to your manager. Is it going to be poetry format? No. So students just use words just for the sake of advanced vocabulary. They don't think whether it is relevant, correct or appropriate. That is the problem with students vocabulary. Okay guys, then I'll highlight one more point, because students make mistake there also. You guys need to have variety in sentence structures also, okay. Make sure that you have a wide variety of connectors, and it is very easy. Make sure that they are getting highlighted. So for example, while, whereas, since, if, these are subordinate conjunctions, because these are all common ones, okay. Until, unless, okay, these are common ones. So although, even though, whatever, okay. So one is your subordinate conjunction. Then you have which, that, who, okay. Your it can be relative adverbs or pronouns. Then you have and, but, so, are, neither. So I am not going to write all, okay. I am sure like you are getting idea. Then you can even use this, that, these are those to refer. Then you use the proper connectors, okay, like firstly, secondly, and you have like, let's say, finally you can say, lastly you can say, okay. We can't use to conclude here, please keep that in mind. I will be saying in structure like class, like you have to conclude, but remember this is not your IELTS essay, so you can't use that to conclude here. We are not writing an essay here, okay. Firstly, secondly, lastly are like moreover, then furthermore, okay. In addition, or if you are writing against a particular viewpoint, you can say like in contrast. Done. So if you have conjunctions, connectors from all these 5 categories, there is no way the examiner will rate you less than 9. There is no way he will rate you as less than 9. It will always be 9 plus, and if it is 9 plus, it is going to be 10. You need to have, you don't need to have mistake in sentence formation. If there is no sentence formation mistake, you are writing as per the structure I am teaching, and then you have variety in this one also. Like I have already discussed this one in detail, okay. You have variety here, you have variety in sentence structure, and you are using correct vocabulary. I am not saying advanced vocabulary. I gave you the reason I am writing this epistle. Likewise, I can still remember, it is said that, okay. Here you can't use it is said that, but student used quote that, okay. Here in CELPIP I see many students, they use will, they don't take care of the tone here. sometimes you have to use would, okay, and sometimes you need to use would, they will use will only. I have discussed all these things in my grammar related lectures. Okay, you can watch those. And in journal, a 9 plus answer will have these. Okay, variety, wide variety of sentence structures, wide variety of your connectors. Okay, subordinate, coordinate, relative, pronouns, and then like your these connectors also. Okay, as a result, you can even I can highlight this also as a result. So when you are brainstorming, just think like what you can use in your answer. You can use if, because, until, since. You can use like which and that. You can use and, but, so. You can use these, you can use these. Okay, this is what is required in the brainstorming part. Brainstorming is not like, okay, this is the first option, okay, I'll write this. No, you write it on paper. Okay, you write it on paper. So I hope you have got the idea of what you need to do, okay, for a 9 plus answer. Okay, I'll summarize everything again. Uh, you have to choose one option. Well, that I'm going to discuss in the next lecture, where I'm discussing the structure. Okay, so what I have suggested you, like 4 minutes for your brainstorming, 2 for your first paragraph. You can write very easily. Okay, first paragraph in 2. You can write very easily even last paragraph also in 2 minutes, or let's say 3 if you feel like it's going to be difficult, but not more than 3. And here 7 or 8, or 7 or 8, and spare at least 2 or 3 minutes for your proofreading. That's all, guys. Okay, and 180 to 190 words. Make sure like your answer is coherent. If you have selected A, go for A. If you have selected B, go for B. Don't say like I'm going with option A, and then you are writing in favor of option B. Okay, or sometimes what students do, they write one paragraph in favor of A, and by mistake they write sentence, or they give idea which shows like you are supporting option B. Okay, and then you need to have variety in what sentences, in your connectors, and you should have, I will say like, don't, I won't say like advanced vocabulary, I will say like correct vocabulary. That's all, guys. Okay, so I hope you have got the idea. Now jump to the next lecture, where I am discussing structure in detail.